Hello, everybody. New video. Trying to catch up. All right, the election. Yeah, I watched it online. Uh, I I was off work that day, so I was like, okay, let me watch this. Oh man, I was up to a little past 3 a.m. watching all the coverage, mostly with Hard Bastard. He's a great guy to watch coverage with. I didn't care too much for the little weirdo he had online that he was watching online, but I was like, whatever. As long as I get the election results, I think really by 2:30 we pretty much knew that Trump was going to win. Part of the reason I stayed up till past 3 o'clock with HB is because much like HB, I'm sitting here waiting. Okay, all right, when's the ballot dump gonna happen? When's the ballot dump gonna happen? When's the cheating gonna start? Hasn't started yet, man. They must be waiting on something. Come on, man. Come on. I want to hear about the ballot dump. Okay. Didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. Boy. And I thought the cheating game was going to be on point this time. Nope. Too big to rig in this case. Really, truly too big to rig. I had planned to vote early, but by the time all was said and done, I went ahead and just said, okay, no, I'm not going to vote early. I'm going to go in on the day of and vote. And so I went in, I'd say around 4 p.m. and went and voted. Place was kind of empty, you know. There was like 5 or 6 people ahead of me. And, you know, I had to show my ID and everything else. And walked in, I voted. I will say, in my own home state, I voted for the Constitution Party to get rid of Lindsey Graham because Jesus Christ, I'm so tired of that fucking man. Oh, you know, what can I say? What can I say? Um, that whole night was just so crazy. I was watching reactions all over the place. Heard that Destiny had a meltdown. I literally went on TNT and watched their live stream. That shit was hilarious. The whole entire TYT live stream chat was filled with people saying, MAGA's winning, MAGA 2024, Trump 2024, re. They were celebrating Trump's win. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, doesn't TYT have like 4 million plus subscribers or something? Why in the world does, why in the world is this happening? You know, I was sitting there looking at it and going like, this is TYT here. Why is their chat? There was like, I'd say there's like 4 or 5,000 people watching right at that moment. And TYT was just getting wiped out. And I was like, man, what is going on here? What is going on here? Is something, has TYT finally fallen? And yes, I was watching and I was just sitting here looking at it. Oh, I just double checked it. 6.08 million subscribers. And their entire chat is filled with people just literally just MAGA, 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 MAGA. I'm like, okay, wow. Oh boy. And yeah, I watched Tank's little mini meltdown. I didn't get to see Destiny's meltdown. I don't know what happened with that. Somebody's gonna have to post a video because I'm not going on Destiny's channel to see his quote unquote meltdown. So somebody else is gonna have to show me that. Maybe our friendly taco guy can do that. But let's see. I went on Jeremy's live stream, watched him for a few minutes. He was pretty good. Watched Razor Fist 2. I kept waiting for a YouTube to literally just start shutting down live streams. You know, flagging them and everything else because misinformation and stuff like that. Apparently that thankfully was not the case. I guess freedom reigns. So, of course, the next day I woke up late and started looking for the salt. Oh boy, the salt. It's like they got started late. There seemed to be a lot of salt going on Twitter. But they really didn't get revved up until about the 7th. So I'm sitting here, I'm like on the 5th, and then on the 6th, I'm watching, I don't go on TikTok, so I have to go other places to see what the salt is on TikTok, because I don't go on TikTok. I don't have the TikTok app. But by the 7th, oh God, everybody got revved up, and finally, with the left was like, oh my God, Trump got elected. Some black guy that looked like he's a femboy, talk about he's going to move to Hawaii to get out of the United States. Somebody want to tell him? Somebody please tell that boy. And now we got the 4B movement. 4B? I don't know. Since it's also No Nut November, I guess I'm still trying to figure out where the letter 4 and B, how does this work? Is it like 4B, does that mean 4 bitches or something? Amazing, I see all of these women talking about they're going to do the whole 4B thing, which is deny sex to men who voted for Trump or whatever. Okay, so you're going to deny sex to men. We get that. How does that stop Trump from getting elected? How does that stop Trump from making it into office? Since one of the big things supposedly in this election was abortion rights, aren't you liberal women who are now refusing to have sex with men in general? Doesn't that just solve the problem of abortion? You're not having sex, so we're not worried about we're not having sex with you because you won't have sex with us. I guess if we're conservative men who voted for Trump. How is that? You see my confusion here? How does this hurt anybody? Especially when half of these women are in their early 20s and they ugly as hell. Could understand if it was a bunch of hot conservative chicks saying it, but it's a bunch of liberal women who probably ain't getting laid anyway. And they ugly? I'm not seeing the harm here. Really not seeing how men are going to be affected by this. If anything, all of the ugly conservative women, now they got a shot. All the big girls, now, hey, all the skinny liberal chicks ain't handing out. They ain't doing it no more. Well, now's my chance, says fat chick who happens to be conservative and vote for Trump. All you skanks, all you skinny skanks, yeah, you go ahead and block the men from having sex with you. That's all right. I'll pick up where you left off. I can see the chubby chicks going whole hog, so to speak. It just makes no sense. And then we've got the screaming and the yelling. Threats of ending one's own life because Trump got elected. I've been on Reddit for the last few days, and I'm watching all of these trans people posting in our vent and our complain about everything and our complaints, saying, oh God, my rights are about to be taken from me. I'm still trying to find some place where Trump said he's going to stop you from transitioning. That he's somewhere, somehow, what is Trump going to do to you? You don't matter. You're less than 1% of the American population. Nobody's going to stop you from transitioning as long as you're grown. You a grown person above the age of 18. Nobody's going to stop you from transitioning. We don't care if you want to ruin your life. Go ahead, ruin your life. Ruin your existence. It's not our problem. So why do I see all these people who claim to be trans, transmasculine, LGBTQ, LMNOP plus whining and complaining that their life is about to be ruined? I haven't found one place where Trump or J.D. Vance or anybody in the conservative or MAGA movement has said that we are going to stop you from transitioning if you grow. We're going to stop you from your bedroom business and everything else. Nobody in the conservatives, nobody in MAGA, nobody in the Republicans or the GOP or whatever has said they're going to stop you from doing this. What I'm watching and almost what scares me, this almost scares me, is how nobody has said this in the conservative movement in any form or fashion about stopping you from living your best trans life or whatever. And yet you have thousands of people online who are convinced that somehow this is going to happen. So the only people I can think they're getting this message from is people on the left, people in the media on the left, and people on Twitter and on TikTok who have been telling them for months that this is going to happen. And these people are going to have to sit back and watch Trump get into office and nothing happen to them in order for them to calm down. In order for them to calm down. And realize, wait a minute, everything that the media has been telling me has been a lie. They're not out here to hurt me. I'm not out here to hurt you. I don't care what you do with your life. You're ruining your existence. You're not ruining mine. As long as you don't touch nobody's kids, then you're fine. Start touching people's kids with your training stuff, and then, yeah, might have to have more than a little bit of a talk. You know, I'm beyond the usual point of, can we just talk about your attempts to molest children? Can we just talk? No. We're going a little further. Free rides. Let's just put it that way. Free rides. And some millstones included. That's the point I've gotten to. Thankfully, they're less than 1% of the American population, so we don't have to worry too much. But seeing all of these people flipping out, it scares me. It scares me. Now, most of these are young people. I've seen a few 40-somethings, but most of these are young people. And what scares me is that this is the next generation of people that's supposed to be coming up after me and the millennials. And they're acting like this. It worries me, and yeah, it does scare me a bit. Y'all need to calm the hell down. Trump being elected is not going to irrevocably change the country. It's not going to become a post-apocalyptic dystopia because Trump got elected. I'm quite glad that Trump got elected. But people are acting like, you know, in 5 years, the country's going to look like it's been burned to the ground. I just don't understand it. I mean, for a generation that is so in tune with the politics, information, you got so much access to the internet, more so than ever, this is your reaction? Sheer insanity? Panicking and hysteria? Worrying about things that you can't, not only that you can't change, but aren't going to happen? I don't know what to do. Other than just sit back and say, well, you know what, if y'all going to act like this, I'm just going to get my mug, collect the salty tears, and drink up. That's all I need to do, because if y'all going to act like that, and, you know, I actually been on Reddit saying, guys, look, calm down. Calm down. But if y'all can't calm down, if y'all going to keep acting like nut jobs, fine. Act like nut jobs. Like I said, I'm just going to enjoy the salty tears over here and have a good day. In fact, I want even those of you who are liberal, try to have a good day, please. You know, don't let this drive you nuts. You know, you got until the 20th of January 2025. Then you can go nuts all you want. Go nuts all you want after the inauguration and everything else. Go nuts. Just don't harm anybody, please. I'm advocating for you not to harm yourself or anybody else. Okay? Please, don't do anything negative or really bad. Just accept the fact you lost. We accepted the whole thing with Biden 4 years ago. So now it's your turn to accept your loss. Please, just try to be good to yourself and other people. And I'm not being sarcastic or silly. I really mean that, because what I'm seeing on Reddit frightens me. People talking about self-harm and all these things. It's not good. This is just not good, folks. I don't like it. I want you all to be kind to one another. It's a new day in America. Just be better. All right, I'm sitting here preaching to the choir in some ways, I know, but still. I felt that I really needed to say something positive, hopeful. All right, everybody take care.